Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Chaos County. I would like to thank you all for your support. It's been excellent. Lots of good discussions on the Discord and of course on the YouTube comments. A few things that I just wanted to pick up on before we get into it is I actually post the CSL map of the city after every episode on the Discord, and so if you want to help plan things out in a little bit more detail, that would be the place to do that. The other thing is we've got an awesome name for our new nature reserve over here, and I'm going to leave reserve in the title. Thank you so much for Madison's suggestion. It is going to be the Hilton Reserve. Get it? Hilton Reserve. Yes, so this is Carlton and it's got the Hilton Reserve over here. Thank you so much for that suggestion. We will continue to name things as we go along, so if you've got suggestions for names as we go, please leave them in the comments. Okay, today I am going to construct the railway line over here. Oh, I've run the game a little bit predominantly to get rid of all the forest fires for our cinematics and things like that, and so we ended up with a little bit of cash. So I am happy to report that our cash flow is awesome. So what are we going to do today? We are going to build the railway line, and we are going to start it off with the rail track or the rail station. We're going to start it off with the cargo terminal over here. Can you actually... you can place it like this. Okay, yeah, and probably that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and place it like this. We need a little bit of room there. Yeah, so it doesn't create its own road, but if we do this, yeah, it's going to be pretty close to some of these people's houses though. Okay, so let's think about this just a tad. Shall we move it out a little bit? I don't think we've got the room. I think we just have to deal with it as is. So if we're going to slot it in the railway station somewhere like this. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to use move it just a little bit so that we just take this thing down a tad. I don't mind it going up on that side over there because I want to cut it anyway. So that's okay. This is the right one for us. What I also will do is I will just make sure that we grab all of these guys and we slowly bring them down to ensure we have the right kind of tie-in over there. Okay, so usually what I would do now is I would go into a bit of a time lapse to kind of construct the whole railway line. So, but in this episode I will not be doing that. I will talk about my thought process as we go through here, and you can tell me whether you thought this should have been in a time lapse or whether you're happy for us to do that nice and slowly, and let me talk you the way I do things here. Okay, so let's get rid of these little paths that we've used to kind of indicate where the rail line would generally be going, so I don't build over it and things like that. Okay, so we got rid of some of these things. Okay, now let's start bringing in the line. Okay, so if I grab it, it's just going to be the standard rail track, and I'm not going to do a bypass or anything like that. It's just going to be the rail track, because as it is, this will be a bit of a bypass situation here. So let's run it like that. -3. Okay, let's see. I want to definitely switch on this. So as you can see, that is quite steep, and rail lines don't travel that steep. So if we just go and say, grab all of these and bring them down a little bit like this, especially as you get into the station. I do like this cut. The scut that we're creating over here is quite good actually. Now I'm going to just I use multiple nodes at a time when I do the drop, just so that we can not get a gradual slope as we do it. Okay, so I think that's about okay. I'm going to just do this one by itself a little bit. So about two lines within each segment is what I kind of feel is appropriate, and I think that will create a nice cut in here. So now if I try and maintain it on that level, we'll see how that goes. So I want it to be forced to ground, please. I'm going to use anarchy, and what we'll do is we'll slowly see about we'll have to slowly see how we do this. Is anarchy not okay, well let's try this again. So if we do this, right, that's okay. We'll fix that situation soon. So we're not really okay. So now the idea is, do we actually make it curve a little bit? So let's do that. Let's do a little bit of this, and what we'll do is we'll curve it out a tad. That idea. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just fix this. I think that should be low enough. The idea here is that if I throw in a couple of extra nodes, so let's quickly grab the, what is this thing? The node controller. If I slot in a node over there and I slot in a node over here, okay, that means we should be able to upgrade this thing. I'm just going to use the same road that we have. We're going to say upgrade, but we would like to force it elevated over here. So if we do that, it should be okay. Let me just move those a little bit. Yeah, I think that is about right. And we'll just twist it out like that. Something like that is going to be what we'll use here. Oh, we've got all kinds of stuff on here that I just want to get rid of. So let's do this. We don't want the sky. Let's not have the crossings everywhere. Similarly over here, let's not have, oh no, can I undo? Oh my goodness, I can't undo. How do I, I'm not too sure how I do that. Anyway, what I wanted to do was click there. If I click here, why is it not, come on. Okay, so let's do that, do this. It's on there. Wow, it's a little weird. Okay, I'll come back and fix that a little bit later. So the idea here is that we've used this thing. So let's push it out that way a little bit. And we'll curve it a tad like this so that we can run a curve. Yeah, I think that's an appropriate curve right there. Let's try and bring in the rest of our curve here. This needs to be grounded. We want a bit of a curve to go on, so let's try and do a nice gradual. No, that's a little bit too much. So if we do, let's say about 15 here straight, and then we'll do 15 right there. If we do something like this, believe that should be okay. And now, okay, now we want to just aim it out here. Okay, so if we do 20 this way and 20 that way, believe that should be about right. Almost 20. Something like this I think should be okay. Let's get out of here and see how that's looking at the moment. I like our cut. We'll have a little bit of a look and to see. Oh man, look at how these works. Our cut is looking really nice over here. It's a little tight around that corner maybe, but we'll have a look. Okay, let's get rid of the rest of this path here. Oh, I've been using anarchy, so the path is still there. Okay, tie that in. I think it's going to look really nice if we pull it out through this area. So let's grab that, continue it over here. Can we straighten it up through there? And the idea is that if we bring this thing up a little bit, well, ultimately I would like it to run. Ooh, okay. So if I do, okay, hang on, we'll have to do a cut here still. So if I switch this back on, you can see that's extremely slopey. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and select multiple points here like so, and we'll drop that down. I think that should reduce our slope. We'll move to the rest of this a little bit. I think for now let's do these two still. Yeah, I think that's about right. Just about the slope that you would like. Over here, we obviously, this is still very steep. Still very steep, but we'll fix that as we go. Okay, let's grab the rest of this. And now I just would like us to run, yeah, as straight as possible through there. And then we'll see how we deal with this and tie in over there. Okay, I want to just deal with the rest of the slope over here. Okay, so if we select that guy and we start bringing that down. Okay, if we do this, this, and that, and we bring all of them down a little bit. Okay, and now what I'll want to do is bring that. Really doesn't look that steep, but I don't like all of these lines that we're seeing here. I mean, it shows that we've got quite a gradient to deal with here. So let's try and dip down all of this. All the way up to there. If we dip all of that. Okay, and now we'll dip these three. That has made the slope quite a lot more gradual through there. It's quite a big cut now. We'll keep looking at that. There's still a bit of sloping here that I don't like, but I think we can fix that by just dropping down that one a little bit. About that much. I think that's a pretty gradual slope up here now. Okay, that's good. So we'll leave that as is. Now, in order to tie in here, I'm thinking underneath. Rail generally would go underneath just because it's easier to bring up the roads. But yeah, for it to go up and over here now, yeah, I like rail to be underneath here because it's just going to be a better look because it's lower on the other side too. So let's continue finding that piece. We've got anarchy on, so let's do this. If we do up to here and then we go in there, and I believe what we need to do here now is tie it in, something like that. That's going to be nice and gradual. If we turn it out into this direction and we move we do that, let's yeah, so it's very, very, very minor little split off over there. And then we'll try and straighten this up a little bit right through there. And I think that's going to be just fine. Okay, now what we need to do now is we need to actually drop this all down. So let's continue using Move It to select our nodes. Hopefully we can select this node. Does not want to select that node, does it? Come on, can you please select that node for me? Anybody, please? No, doesn't want to select it. Okay, well, if I drop it like this, if we drop only those, and I grab now this one and we bring that one up, let's see if I can now grab that. There we go. Now I can drop that one too. Okay, so there we go. That is that'll be our piece here. So let's try getting all of these sections together yet again. Well, let's drop that one a little bit. We'll see how we do the rest of this, and we will need to drop these a little bit. Something like that is going to be okay. We probably will need to angle out the rest of it as well, the highway. Let's do that. Okay, let's do this and this and this and that, and we'll slowly drop that down at just a little bit. Okay, and now that means we can come back and drop these down again. Now it doesn't want to do it. Now it doesn't want to do it. Okay, what we'll do is we'll drop those down a little bit. Okay, now let's get these bridges sorted out over here. So if I say, well, let's move this guy over this way, and that one will move forward a little bit more, like so. Hopefully that does the trick here, and like so. So now what I'll do is I'll quickly upgrade this highway. Grab the highway, get it upgraded to do that. Okay, that's the starting point right there. We'll do a very similar thing over here, though we will use move it first to just move these guys out of the way a tad. I think that's about right. Let's bring this one forward a little bit more. We move that. Move all of these forward. So that's the burden here. We need to figure out how we do all of these things. It's going to be the slightly bridged section there. Okay, already starting to look nicer, but we're still clipping quite substantially. So what I need us to do is we probably need to start bringing up the road also. So if I do that and we bring up the road just a little bit. Similarly, we'll grab these guys and we'll bring up the road just a little bit like so. Okay, and we will need to continue to drop down the rail. It's something that makes sense to just continue to drop there. There's a little bit here that I think we can still drop just a little bit. Okay, now let's try dropping all of this down again. So if we do this one and we go in here, over there and over here and over there, these should be the drops that we need to make sure that we can clear here. Well, now we're clearing quite a lot. Can we bring it up a little bit? Okay, if we do that, this one looks okay on this side. We can even bring the highway down a little bit. And on this side, not quite. So what I may do is I may just grab this one, and we'll drop it a couple of drops, and we'll come in over here. We'll grab that guy. We'll bring that one up a little bit. A few, and this one we'll drop a little bit. So something like, say, that is just about right, I think, as long as we've got all the clearances. I like it. It looks really quite good. We need to just smooth things out here a little bit. So if we do that, highways have the ability to move a little bit more, to grade, to have a slightly higher grade, though you don't want extreme grades on a highway either, but you can certainly have a little bit more grade on a highway. I'm tempted to just move this out of the way a little bit this way. Do this, do that. What do we have going over here? Can we straighten it up a little? Yes, we can. Excellent. That looks pretty good. This could be a little straighter over here if we move these guys just a little bit. So that's kind of the thing. Yeah, I think it's okay. What we could do is we could just bring this guy a little closer over here. And then what we could also do is we could bring this in a little bit. And this one. And just give it a little tick, like so. So there's still a little kink in that side. Oh, it's so minor, really minor. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do here. That train's going to go underneath there quite easily. And if we go back and look on this side, it does exactly the same thing over there. So that's good. Now let's have a look at our grades. This is a little steep over here. So let's make sure to bring down this guy. Oops, not all of those. We'll do this. Let's get these three. We'll start dipping them just a little bit. I think that's about right. Now if we grab this one and we dip that one a little bit, that's gonna look nice. I think that's gonna work. Wow, that is nice and smooth. That is nice and smooth. So now we actually have this going through here. It's gonna run through here. I don't think we have too much of a problem here. It's going to kind of, okay, I'm going to rebuild this section of road here. There's too much stuff going on right here. So let's rebuild this entire section of road by just grabbing this guy. Okay, so the idea is here that we do this. It's gonna dip it down too much, I think. We want this guy. Okay, let's start it off on this side. If we do, that's too much. Wow, it is quite an interesting one. Okay, well, let's do, if I do that, right, that's the plan. And what I'll do, that kind of does it, right? Are we still clipping? Yeah, we're definitely clipping over there. So let's bring it up a little bit. I'm going to grab this guy, bring it up a little bit over here. We'll bring that one up a little bit. I don't mind the road having a little bit of a, yeah, that actually looks really good. Now what I'll do is I'll put a little trim in here. So if I go here, actually, I should be able to upgrade just this section. Oh, I can. Nice. I like it. That works really nicely. I like that. That really works for me. Okay, that's awesome. So that whole section now works. We can kind of detail that in a little bit more. We can probably detail that a little bit better. Okay, so we've got a little bit of an embankment going on over here. I want to go and tie in this road over there. So let's do that. Okay, guys, so this is the kind of thing that I would have actually done on a time lapse. So you can tell me whether it was useful to go through my thought process over here or not. Whether you liked what I said all about this, and whether that is in fact not that useful to you. So please let me know. That would help me a lot to understand whether in the future I'll be doing more of these kind of time lapses or not so much. If we do that, that's a little bit too extreme there, but I do think let's bring it straight out over there, and then we'll do a pretty sweet turn into there. We'll have to redo the line markings over that side, and what I'll do is I will move this out there a little bit and try and just make sure that's tightened up over there. So I need to fix that a little bit. All of these things here, I wonder what do we have going on at this intersection at the moment. Everything seems quite useful. What I would however like to do is just see this. Is all of the movements are in fact allowed. Excellent. The other thing that I'm going to pop in here right now is the bakery. So you guys are telling me that we should be doing pretty well with the bakery, considering everything that's happening, considering all the animal products and all the flour and the stuff we have available. So bakery, and I'm thinking the bakery can go right opposite the train station over here. It feels like it's a good fit, a little bit of an industrial fit over here. It should be able to load the stuff straight from the bakery directly onto the to the train as well. I'm just cautious. Where's my zoning? Can I switch on my zoning? Why is my zoning not working here? If I upgrade this road, right? It's already this road type. See, this is the issue that I have. So if I just do this and I come back and I zone, yeah, there we go. That should be fine. That's going to give me the zoning that I need right over here, because I do want that zoning to be right opposite this guy. What is this? Industrial steel mill. No, we just want a bakery. Furniture factory, household plastics, toy factory, printing press, lemonade factory, clothing factory. What is this guy? Soft paper factory. No, we're gonna go with a bakery. A bakery right across from the train station. Ooh. And now this is the question. Do we terraform this thing a little bit? I think we may terraform it a little, just to soften it a little bit. And I might actually do that in between episodes. But now we actually have this direct connection through here. It's really quite unsafe to have this going on here. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. Ultimately, I don't think we're going to have residential rail in here at all. Ultimately, I think the idea would be that we just run a bus. That's why we've got this bus station. I mean, it's a low population that we're dealing with over here, so I don't think that's going to be necessary, really. Pastries. I'm hoping we can get this stuff to work really quickly. So we'll see that in action. What I'll also do over here is I thought a spot over here where we're actually going to run another bit of a bridge over here is quite useful. So we don't have them over there, but this little section here is quite a good one. So I'm going to go and continue the small road, actually. Just use that small road as a bit of a... No, not the upgrade. We'll do that. You should be able to... Oh, this road doesn't have a... If we do anarchy... and we go up the top, huh? Yeah, I don't think this this road has a bridge variant, and that's why we're seeing this whole issue here. So now let's find something else that we can pop over here. If we do something like this, like the small industry road, perhaps. Let's try and see how that looks. I like this. How does this bridge look? Well, we'll just do the same as over there. So let's just grab this same old bridge. We will upgrade it over here. And what we'll do is I'm just going to try and align it slightly better with what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, there we go. So we've got a nice little bridge over the top there. Let's tie in our small road over here. Just like this. No anarchy, please. Nothing like that. Just whatever it is that we need right there. And I'll get the normal road. And we'll just tie this one up. No, please not. Really? You're unable to... Oh, okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll grab this guy. We'll bring it up a little bit. Oh, yeah. It was dropped down quite a lot there. We'll do that. I would like you to please... go on the ground, and we'll use anarchy if that's the case. There we go. I mean, I have no idea why that didn't want to actually work, because that seems quite reasonable to me. There we go. So now we've got a little bit of an access point over here for cars to get out and into this area. Another access point across the rail. That area is quite busy. Now this one will, and we'll be growing the commercial center of town in here. This will be the extent of the commercial, though. I think this will be this whole little strip here will be like the main street, residential street, something. I mean commercial street over here. There we go. Okay, well that's it. We didn't achieve that much because we're not using the time lapse. So I do want to hear from you whether you would have liked this episode to be, or this whole rail construction to be in time lapse instead. or whether you like to hear the thought process and see how I do it and all these kind of things. Yeah, so hopefully our town is going to become really, really profitable now with this. Oh, look at that. The bakery is doing some good work here in terms of getting us some value. And though that number has come down a fair bit, so we'll have to see how that works. I wonder when... Remove the vehicle. Oh, no, that's a vehicle. What's going on over here? Trains can carry goods and raw materials to the city, transport them from outside. I just wanted to see... do we at some point get this thing? I'm using the mod that's limiting the number of vehicles that pop in and out, so maybe that's all that it is. It's just going to take a little bit of a time to get there, but I'm liking it. I'm liking what we're doing over here. So guys, thank you so much for popping in and enjoying this episode with me. If you've liked it, please hit that button. I appreciate your support, and if you've got some ideas and suggestions for our town as it grows, and the city in general, the region, because we're looking region as a whole, please do let me know. I will also be dropping the CSL map on the Discord if you wanted to put some lines down on a drawing to show me what you are thinking. Okay guys, thanks so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.